Drivin Ivan here, and I am with Joe's Honda S2000. It's the one that revs to 9,000. It's an amazing car, and Joe's been kind enough to offer to let me drive and review it, so I'm going to do that. So smash that like button and subscribe. Check out all my videos. Search Drivin Ivan in any car, especially the here in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix here in Shenley Park. You see Pittsburgh right here. Okay, smash that like button to subscribe. I have a Patreon. Let's get started. Here we go. Joe's going to come with me when we drive. It's going to be fun. But look at this beauty. Look at this. I actually spent a couple hours in this, probably about 4 hours each way in this back in the day when I drove on a road trip with a friend who had one. But it is a very pleasing shape. It's kind of got the wedge shape, maybe a little advanced wedge shape, I would say. I'd like a vowel, please. Maybe I can finish my sentences. But anyway, look at this beauty. Beautiful wheels. Just very flowing. Look at the lines. Look at the side silver. It's a good looking car. Look at the little details. Big brakes, but not huge. You know, 240 horsepower. I'll give you the more specs in a second. And it's just any angle you see, it just tells you, get in, drive me. And when you do, more on this later, but no driver aids in this one. This is almost like a Japanese Viper in a sense. Of course, it's not as big of an engine, but look at this. Serious driving. You know, you start your Porsche 911s on this side, and you do here too with your power button. That's for like the Grand Prix start. That's cool. Look at that tack. Revs to 9K. Look at that little snicky shifter. I can't wait. I don't know if Joe's as fired up as I am, but I am fired up. Red interior. This is a beautiful color combination on this one. There's the Z3. I've reviewed that one too. I even compared the Z3 clown shoe and the Z4 clown shoe to the Z1. That's a cool video too. Check that out. But okay, I think it's about time that we heard this engine and talked about the specs too. Are you ready to hear the engine? And then I'll hop in and drive it. All right, Joe's gonna start her on up. Look at this, look at this. You're gonna see look at that. How cool is that? I love digital dashes. In my Buick Riata, you'll find one, but look at that. Go ahead, let's hear this thing, come on. Huh. Wow. Come on, rev it a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. So what is the exact engine?
It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder.
And it's normally aspirated?
Naturally aspirated.
Yep, just no turbo, no nothing, but 240 horsepower, as I said earlier. 0 to 60 at about 5.4, and top speed about 160, 165. Amazing, really, for a little four-banger there. And, well, I guess there's nothing left to do except hop in and drive it. And I'm going to show you the trunk real quick, but not before I remind you that we're in Pittsburgh, and I have all sorts of videos, including Andy Warhol's life in Pittsburgh. I hope you'll watch that one, and I hope you'll watch my Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix videos from yesterday and today. And also I review the Di Tommaso Longchamp and the Pantera. But here we go with the S2000. And by the way, Joe tells me there's 10 VINs on these cars, so you can tell how original they are. And they're just scattered all around the car. Any in the trunk? Any in the trunk or not?
Yeah, even here. So there's one here.
Wow.
And then each of the doors, each of the back panels in the trunk.
Cool, let's go see the trunk. And also, you can carry a lot of stuff in here, right? Where's the, oh, there it is. There's the VIN stamp here, but you know, I like to show the trunk. I can remember very, very vividly being in this car road tripping with my friend, and we could, two of us for a week, and it was a little tough to get all our stuff in here, but if you pack smart and light, you can do it. So cool. Okay, here we go, time to drive. All right, so it's a power roof. That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna show you this ritual again. I can't wait to see it, just sitting here myself. Oh, look at that, isn't that cool? And then you go ahead and power button. Yeah, look at that. Woo, we're rolling. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so oh man, yep. If you want to know what this feels like, it feels Miata snicky. It's a pretty cool shifter. Not like the Di Tommaso Pantera I drove or the Ferrari H-Gate, but this is actually more snicky. This is a very, very nice gearbox. And yeah, 6 speeds, and wow, great. Okay, let's check out the turning radius, because we gotta beat this divot here. I'll when I actually start really getting on and driving it, I will hand the camera off to Joe, but we're just getting out of here and gently creeping out of the show area where it's quite crowded. But again, I do show you every single car here. Yesterday's video and today's, which I have yet to post, but I will post that soon. Let's see. It's good. I'm just not letting the clutch out enough, am I? There we go. Look, are you impressed with my smoothness, Joe?
Very good. Very good.
So Joe has actually. You want to take over? Oh, that was bad.
Sure.
Take over. Yeah, just you know how to frame it up.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, it's interesting. You're the one and only owner of this car, and so you can tell, you know, all the secrets in this thing, and you know, right now it drives like it's so gentle to drive. There's a Rolls-Royce Wraith, another car I've reviewed, I think the black label one. But anyway, forget about that car. Back on me, Joe. Anyway, who cares about a Rolls-Royce, right? The clutch actually actuates a little later than I thought.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's the original clutch.
Is like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But has it always been like that? Or
It's the original clutch, so it probably needs a new clutch, but I've gotten used to it.
No, it's great. And again, you can drive this car like I just popped in and drove it. It's pretty easy to drive. Nothing like that Pantera today. That was a very tough car to drive. I'm a bit short, and I got real comfortable real quickly. I can't wait to get it up on the revs, but right now, and you said it gets about 30 miles per gallon on the highway too, right?
Yes, yes.
So that's pretty cool.
If you drive it like an old man, you'll get 30. If you drive it like an idiot, you'll get 12.
Yeah, exactly. Just like any good car. I think we're going to go this way, get kind of out of this traffic a little bit, and I'll turn on one of these side streets here. You don't really care where we go, do you, Joe?
No, no. Have some fun with
about
it.
Your beautiful car.
Yep.
But you know, we'll take it a little easy because we're in. He's turning on. But let's just go down the hill here. Let these people cross. I was saying earlier, these people must be making a fortune with their lemonade stands today. A lot of people walking by. A lot of people come to this Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, but this is a car I have respect for. I know people. I come from the DC area. You can see my Drivin Ivan Katie's Cars and Coffee videos. And one day I arrived and I saw a black Mercedes and a bunch of younger people dressed in black. Well, unfortunately, this kid had a yellow one of these, and he lost control on his way to Katie's Coffee. And it was a terrible accident. He ended up hitting a pool and ending up in somebody's yard, and he did not make it. So these cars, and I've seen, you know, even they're over a cliff and something. I've seen some crazy stuff for the S2000. So to me, I'm respecting it. You have to know how to drive these cars. And I do. I drive on the track, so I know how to drive these cars. I've never driven it before. I can't wait to really kind of press it a little bit more. But the Honda S2000 and all the cars of this era, about to the mid-2000s, maybe 2009 at the latest, those cars, you drive them. They might have some traction control, but this one has none, right, Joe?
Yeah, there's no real. I mean, if it has something, it's like, you know, anti-lock brakes maybe or something like that. But it doesn't have.
This is a car that you drive, and it does not drive you. That's why I prefer older cars. So let's see. I'll try to get away from this traffic light a little quicker. Let's see what happens there. I'll keep it. Can I rev up to 9K in first?
Yeah.
Wow, now I see. But you know, you gotta respect the car. You gotta respect where you're driving to. Of course, I don't want to be crazy here in the downtown Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh, by the way, is a beautiful town. I do show you Andy Warhol's life in Pittsburgh, his house and his church and his school. But you know, you don't want to be crazy in a pedestrian full area. But this is a car that, and again, it's the most basic, joyful car to me. It's a very fun to drive manual 2-seat convertible. And you know, what more actually could you want? I'm actually going to turn this around here. There's no reason to keep going that way. But what more do you want from a car? You know, and to me, this car is legendary. You said maybe in 2004 they changed. Is that the year?
Yeah, around 2004 they changed the engine from a 2-liter to a 2.2-liter.
Yeah, and so they were they only revved to 8,200 then. I clearly remember there was a local car that revved to 9K, but
yeah, this one revs to 9K.
Yeah,
and and you can actually over rev it a little bit. It doesn't shut it off till after 9,000, so you're kind of, you know, you are limited. It will cut it on you, but it's not a.
Look at these cars going by. It's like it's a black car show. Let's see, which ones have I reviewed? Stelvio, I've reviewed it. That one I have not reviewed. The McLaren GT I have reviewed, but that's not a GT. That's like a 5 something or other.
That's something that I've talked about, where I see nothing but black, white. There's a squirrel that's ready to get run over.
Oh no, it's a chipmunk. We don't hurt animals on Drivin Ivan videos. In fact, I say all the cars and all the dogs I show you. Should we open it up a little bit?
Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
Here. Take this sweeper. Flip the apex. Oh yeah. Oh, this is fun. This is fun, Joe. Wow. And I'm actually very comfortable in this. It is so responsive. Like the Longchamp I reviewed yesterday. You know, older cars, they're not like, if you sneeze in this car, you know, you feel it. Now, it does not have, it has great feedback for a front engine car. Do they push the engine back a little bit? They can rear?
This would be considered.
What's the weight distribution in this?
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50, so that's amazing. But
the engine is actually behind the front axle, you know, so it is they call it a front mid engine.
Yeah. So that's amazing, like the Ferrari. You know, some Ferraris, like the new Roma, things like that. But
this car had the record for the highest output production per liter. Wow. So it was 120 horsepower per liter until the Ferrari 458 Italia.
Wow, the 458.
So that took, 11 years from this car being out to then.
And then again, that Ferrari has traction control. It has driver aids. You could turn them off, basically.
Yeah.
That's what's good about Ferraris. Yeah. But this one, wow.
I mean, the Ferrari's also a lot more horsepower. It's a V8 instead of a 4-cylinder. So, I mean, it's...
Even in second, you know, when you get, and it's like you said, it comes alive after 6K. I don't want to press it too much, but wow, that's really cool, Joe. And you know, again, this is a car that you drive. I am, you know, honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I got behind the wheel of this, and it's, you know, don't expect 911 steering. It's a front engine, rear wheel drive car, but in terms of like a Corvette or something like that of the same vintage, that feels like, you know, again, I just reviewed the C8 and they got it right. That's beautiful. But, you know, earlier cars, it is awful tough to touch these Japanese cars with their, you know, they're basically imitating the British and the Italian cars is what they're doing. Like the Mazda Miata is a Lotus Elan from '66, and this is, you know, the Z car came out. I reviewed the Toyota 2000 GT. You got to see that review. You got to see the GTR review too. But this one has actually, Joe, it has surpassed my actual expectations of the car. Yeah. I find this one to be...
and you're not even really touching into it.
No, because I can feel like the steering is, you know, it's so good. You know, if we had more room, I'd open up a little bit. I'm very comfortable driving fast and on the level of balance on the edge. But, you know, again, like you said, this is a car that if you want to drive it like, you know, your granddad, you can get 30 miles a gallon. And I actually do. Does it have cruise control? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
See, and that, to me, like, everybody's like, oh, I don't need cruise control. Yes, you do. It, you know, cruise control's great. I drove my Fiat Barchetta, which doesn't have it, but I almost drove my 996, which does have it, because I'm like, you know, I had leg issues when I was little, so I have a, if I drive for this amount of time, it gets a little uncomfortable for me. But so I like a car. There's nothing wrong with a sports car with a little bit of money. I mean, look how tight this dash is. look at the butt. There's a cruise right there. But look at this. I mean, there's nothing over here. There's no gimmicks. There's no games. This is a driver's car, and it is absolutely so good, Joe. Thank you so much for letting me drive it.
Yeah. This is definitely one of those cars that has two different personalities. You have the, if you drive it normal, you'll drive it up to about 5,000-6,000 RPM. And I know a lot of people, and I'm noticing you're doing it too. You're short shifting it, or you're shifting it sooner than maybe you should. And then if you let it go, you get into that VTEC where it's after 6,000.
Variable valve timing.
6,000 is right at the top of the RPM tachometer. So it's almost like the designers of this made it to where where that is, and if you're on a track, you want to keep it between 6,000 and 9,000 RPM.
Oh yeah, and I would, but again, we're driving around.
Oh, absolutely.
And, there we go. See, even that, it's tightly sprung, but it's not insanely tightly sprung. Let these people go. And as I was saying, Joe, I am so impressed with this car. Oh yeah, Mustang's beautiful. But I'm someone who appreciates all sorts of cars for all different reasons. And again, this car, having driven like a Toyota 2000, the Japanese, they know what they're doing when they build these sports cars. When the Z car came out, when the Honda Civic came out, the original car, it was revolutionary. The gas crisis, and all of a sudden they had a car that's reliable, that could get 40 miles per gallon. The Japanese are very in tune with what American car buyers want, and this car is absolutely full of ingenious engineering. It's a car that just feels right. I've driven a lot of cars, and this is one that I would have. This is really nice. I call the BMW Z3, Z4 like a fancy Miata. This is like the Japanese version of a fancy Miata. Did we come in here? I can't.
Gate D.
Gate.
Yeah.
Which one?
The second one down here. Yeah.
So, I will just say, this car, and I'll pull aside here. We don't have to mess with the driving over the grass, which I could do, but I'll just wrap it up right here. This car has really exceeded my expectations. It's just a very drivable car. It's got everything you want on it, like cruise control. Look at that audio control right here. The channel, the mute, you can control your radio right here. The Japanese have literally, haven't they thought of everything?
Yeah.
One more question for you.
Sure.
You've had this car forever, and you said it got a little twitchy on you a long time ago, but any major repairs?
No major.
23 years of ownership?
Yeah, I've had it since brand new in 2001.
I'll put it on you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've had it since 2001. I bought it brand new. And I was actually cross-shopping. I was going to get a Porsche. I was going to get a Porsche Boxster. I think it was a Boxster S because I wanted the 6-speed. And the Porsche dealership was kind of like tough to deal with. And now they're really tough to deal with.
Yeah, they are. Because everybody wants one.
Yeah, everybody wants one.
I do, by the way. I do have my fair share of Porsches. To search Drivin Ivan any car, including the Porsches. I bought the cheapest Porsche 911. Is a cool video you should watch. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so I was there. I wanted a Porsche Boxster. It was the one that I could afford. I couldn't afford a 911 at the time, but I could afford a Boxster. And I ended up taking one for a test drive. Liked it, but the dealership was kind of hard to handle. And I was like, well, I was going to go down to Swickley down here and check out another dealership and see if it was going to be maybe a better buying experience. And my mother at the time had a friend that's a doctor, and he said, hey, check out that Honda 2000. Didn't know what the name of it, whatever, and it was like, oh, the S2000. So I ended up going right down the street, and they just happened to have a red one. And the guy just threw me the keys. He's like, I'll keep your mom as collateral. And I was like, all right, and I took it for test drive. So I was back to back from a Boxster S to the S2000, and I was just blown away with the S2000. It was about $10,000, $12,000 cheaper. And
that's to the viewers. That's about 33% cheaper at the time, right? Maybe more.
Yeah. So this was $32,000 brand new, and the Boxster was about 42 to 44, 45.
So that's 10, 15. I mean, that's considerably cheaper. Okay.
Yeah.
So you ended up with this.
So I ended up buying this.
What have you had to do to it? Anything?
Nothing. The only things I've had to do with it is because of user error.
Right.
I was showboating with it when I had it about 4 months in, and spun it, and I hit a curb.
Did anybody videotape you?
No.
Good.
Unfortunately,
It's a good thing it's not now.
We don't know about it. We, ignore what I just said. And then a couple fender benders. Somebody hits you in a parking lot, bumps the front or bumps the rear. But I was able to fix every one of those things in keeping the original parts. So that's why the 10 of 10 VINs on this. Everything has been, I've kept up. If something breaks, like the window switch, something minor, that gets fixed. If I have a leak, something, get it fixed. The engine was causing all these problems. I took it to a Honda dealership and I said, it's making all these sounds. I don't know what's going on with it. And they said, oh, well, you're going to need a new engine, is what they tell me. So my father was a mechanic in the military. And he's like, check the oil. I was like, I don't think you had to check the oil. Well, check the oil is bone dry. We put oil in it, and it's perfectly fine.
But it never blew. Engine never blew or any problems. No. Have you ever had to have a valve?
Just a little tapping sound as soon as we put oil in it.
Well, magic that.
Imagine that, yeah. So we, the only thing I've ever had to do is make sure the oil. This thing burns a little bit of oil, but that's okay. 91,000 miles, never a problem. Knock on wood. Fantastic car, and I'll never get rid of it.
That's awesome.
It'll always be in my garage, and I have a friend of mine, and he said, if anything happens to you, can I get the S2000? I was like, yeah. So he's in the will to get the S2000, and
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
look at this one coming out. I wish this guy would. He's backing up. I love all the weird cars here. While we're reviewing this, right? We've seen a little car show while we're reviewing this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, camera back on me, Joe. Let's go. It's rolling. It's rolling.
Gotcha.
Camera back on me. Let's wrap this thing up. There you go. An owner's perspective and a Drivin Ivan perspective on this beauty. Thank you so much for letting me drive it.
All right.
Woo! And do watch your Andy Warhol at Pittsburgh. Watch all your Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix videos. There's many from this year. I review the D Tomaso Pantera, the D Tomaso Longchamp, and now this Honda S2000. So cool. Check out my Toyota 2000 GT review. Check out my I have a Nissan 200SX review. I mean, a lot of cool Japanese cars I've reviewed, but search any car in Drivin Ivan. Watch all my disc golf videos. I shot one here in Shenley Park. There's a disc golf course here. It's a great sport. You should be playing with your friends and family. Watch this beautiful car drive by me. Look at this thing. This really is a great car show. Do you like this car show?
Love it, yeah. My girlfriend got me into this a few years ago, and she brought her 71 GTO. Her father owned it, and when he passed, it went to her, and she loves that car. And
she didn't want to be in the video, but
yeah, well, she feels like this is her car, or this is my car, and then
Sarah, right?
Sarah,
you can say her name.
Yeah, I can say her name. Yeah. So
Hi,
Sarah. Yeah. So Sarah.
Sorry you have to sit and wait for us in this lengthy, now almost 20-minute video, but Joe will be back soon. Really, he will be.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to review her 71 GTO,
I do.
She'll be in that one.
My first car was a Chevelle. Yeah,
oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll sit out that one.
Look at that, like white and black. I mean, there's just so many crazy cool cars. Back on me, Joe. Let's go. Let's wrap this thing up. What else do you want to watch? Watch my guitar reviews. Watch my Free Your Mind music video. My original song was my COVID project. I show you all my guitars. Watch me play Hotel California with all the instruments. Why not? I sing and play drums and guitar and bass and do it all. And Maggie May, I even play mandolin in that. Losing My Religion, REM. Laughing by REM. Southern Central Rain by REM. Radio Free Europe by REM. What else? Smith songs, This Charming Man. Morrissey, There's a Light too. Morrissey, First of the Gang I do. And all sorts of cool music videos. And also, again, the Beatles in London and Liverpool. U2 in Dublin. Jim Morrison's Life and Death in Paris. Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death and Lady Friends in London. And there you have it. Thanks so much for watching this wonderful S2000 video with Joe.
Absolutely.
And there you have it. Watch all my Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix videos. Smash that like button and subscribe. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Wait for it. I'm Drivin Ivan.
Way off the fastest time by about a second.
You almost cut. You didn't cut.
I didn't.
Oh my God, he didn't cut. We're still on. This video is never going to end.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, you